Alright, so we talked about the menu on the previous video. So now let's see how we can add a logo image right here. We will add an image setting inside the header directly. So if I reduce the header and I go here, so in the settings, so we can add another object, okay, and this time is going to be type of image picker. So how do I know that? Again, if you go back to the documentation, you click on the input settings and you look for image picker. It's right here, and again the same process. So you have a type, it is mandatory, it must be type of image picker. This you cannot just give it a random name, it is picking from the input settings, okay. So the ID must be a unique ID to be able to target like this object here, this input object, and then we have the label and so on. Okay, so I'm gonna give it an ID. I'm gonna call it logo, and I'm gonna give it a label, and I'm gonna give it the label of the logo, and we can add a little bit of information. We can say this is a logo for the header. If I save it and I go back to my editor and we have this logo added here, just to prove you that again, I'm gonna remove it, save it, and as you can see we have no logo anymore here. Okay, so if I go back and I add this image picker again, we're gonna have the logo appear here again. Okay, so first let's bring back this menu because we removed it. So choose the main menu. Okay, so we have the menu that is going to change. Perfect. And now let's work on the logo. We want to select the logo. So if we select the logo, we want the logo to replace this text. Let's go to this code that you downloaded and look for the logo. Let's do it. I'm gonna go to files inside the contents directory here, inside the files, and I'm gonna click on upload files. We're going to add, so I'm gonna locate the project that we are copying from. So it is, in my case, inside the document project, front-end, JavaScript project and Office, and then I will go to the source and I think images, and then from here I'm gonna look for this one, Angel Drain Web 1 and 2. Okay, I don't remember how I called that. Okay, it is here. So it is called logo.png. So click on that and open it here. Perfect. So we have the logo uploaded. So now let's go back to the editor right here. Let's refresh. Perfect. So now let's click on select here and let's choose the logo right here and done and save. But as you can see, nothing changed. We still have the text logo. Okay, nothing changed. Even reload, we still have the text logo. So how to change it? So we need to, just like we did before, we need to access the ID data that holds this image logo there. So how to access it? We use the section settings, okay, okay, and then .id, but you need to give the ID name in this case. So if I go back, I reduce this URL. We have the logo right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna say something like if settings if section settings logo is different than blank, and I'm gonna add an else here. So if it is blank, then display the shop name. But if I do that, you're gonna see it's gonna be blank because the logo it's already there. So we need to display the logo now. So we can just copy the image right here, remove this comment and paste the image here, and we can remove this and we can say section, because we are accessing the logo data. So settings logo, and then we need to add a filter, and we're gonna say image URL because we want the URL, but this one is the URL from the admin Shopify, okay, not from the asset here. This calling from the admin, so it is different, just bear that in mind. And then we need to provide a width, so let's put it to 200, and I can remove the height. And if I save it, don't worry about the squiggly line, it's going to display the logo right there. If you don't want to have this squiggly line, you can again add a width 200 and again a height 200, and you're gonna see it's going to be still working. But there is another way to do it, which is even better, is to remove completely the image tag and to use the Shopify dynamic version. So you just do it like this. My bad. You do it like this. So instead of adding the image HTML tag, you just add the filter, which is image tag, and then you add the URL, which we just saw earlier, and then you add the URL, the width right there. And you can accept even like other arguments, for example class, if you want to design the image. So if I save it, we're going to have an error. So probably because the image tag must come after the image URL. So let's give it a try, and it's working. Next, let's talk about the announcement bar.